Welcome back, folks. This is 3 at 3. Every business day, we try to bring you the unusual option activity that we have seen, and we try to give you a little insight into how we are positioning ourselves as well based on that unusual option activity. So without further delay, bang, let's get started. It is the 16th of August, 2021. There's the disclaimer. You already saw it, so I'm skipping by. There is the intellectual property notice. I'm skipping by that too. And I'm going right to me looking sort of cross-eyed or mad or something. McDonald's option activity. They were buying the 242.50 calls. Then they moved up and bought the 245 calls. So initially I was going to cover the 242.50s. And then I said, you know what? If they're buying the 245s in numbers that are much larger, let's cover that. And so I did on the halftime report. The Dow, by the way, did turn around and is now in positive territory. The S&P is up 2. The Dow Jones 30 is up 37. And the NASDAQ has not turned, but it is only down 0.3%. So anyway, back to our McDonald's call activity. So as you see, big spike in that volume there. 7,000 or so of those McDonald's 245 calls that expire this Friday. So you need to be aware of that. And there is what our subscribers saw, which is that stock was $240.50. They were buying the 245 calls about 6,700 times. And there it is, about the same price. And we are in this trade. We are looking for upside between now and Friday. And keep in mind that we will, that is my brother Pete and I, will definitely cut losses if indeed this doesn't go. And that if it doubles, if these options double, I will take off half, maybe even 75%. Why? Because you only have 4 more trading days to be right. When you've got a short dated calendar like that, for an option to be something or nothing, because these are out of the money right now, they're nothing as far as in the moneyness or intrinsic value. So we will move very quickly to take profits and or to cut losses. So far, seems to be playing out our way, but we're going to keep our eye on it. Here was my second trade. On the halftime report, I talked about Capri Holdings. Now, this is the parent company of Jimmy Choo, of Versace, and of course it is the former Michael Kors. So stock 58.25, as you see there, down about $1 on the day. They're buying the AUG 58.50 calls. So there was the stock at 50. They're buying 5,500 of those August 58.50 calls. So basically the at the money. And here's the stock still right around 58. Missing it by a couple pennies. And we are looking for a relatively quick move because we've got a lot of retail sales coming our way this week. We've got, Walmart, Target, a whole bunch of the biggest of the big, as well as others. So tomorrow, and we have retail sales numbers coming out tomorrow. So Capri, keep your eye on it. I'm in the calls, and we got into it on about a 2% decline today. Third of our 3 at 3 is none other than DR Horton. So this is a home builder. They have had double-digit growth. They're predicting double-digit growth through 2022. They have pre-tax profit margin, that's pre-tax, of about 40 to 45%, which is amazing, isn't it? And this is one that we see this unusual activity at the 104 strike. Now, I'm going to buy something closer to the money. As you know, if you've watched the show at all, I don't like betting on the out-of-the-money calls for 50 cents, even though they can double pretty easily. Call goes from 50 cents to $1. That's a lot easier than an option going from $1.50 to $3, yet the result is the same. You doubled your money. So what I'm looking for is to establish a trade and be long one and short another. So how do I do that? Well, let's take a look. There it is, 98.44. It was 98 when we first saw it. One of the ways that I would do this, folks, is I would establish a call spread. This is an example of a one-to-one call spread. For instance, live trades, that is the 100 call trading for, let's see, right now, as of that screen, the one on the left, they were bid 145, offered at 155. So as you can see, have a shot at buying them at 150 or 155. Sell these, which are bid 58 cents, offered at 65. So maybe you get somewhere in between there, about 62, for instance, like it says on the screen. So you should be able to get into these calls. We know we can buy them for less than $1.64 because they're offered at 155. And if we get them for $1.50 or $1.55 and you get 60 some odd cents for the other, you're paying like 90 cents for a spread that could go to $3. Why $3? Because the differential between 100 and 103 is, of course, $3. So if we pay 90 cents for something that can go to $3, we can triple our money. I like those kind of odds. I do not like one-to-one. I would not pay $1.50 for this spread because that would mean $1.50 can only go to $3, which would be a doubling of our money. And on the other hand, if it starts falling and I have to cut losses, I don't like having that kind of a risk reward in my positioning. So I don't do it. Now, let's talk about questions. You have questions. Hopefully, I have answers. And you can pose those questions on Twitter. You can shoot them to me at Jon Najarian. That's at JONNAJARIAN. Okay, Diamond Leon. Love that name, Diamond. And her handle is at DIAMONDLEONE. Where do you see ETHE and BABA going, please? Well, BABA, we started to see unusual activity today in BABA to the upside. And BABA is trading right now, as I'm live, at 182.87. Been as low as 181.51. So it's up about $1.30 off the bottom. And it opened at 185. So it's been a steady decline, Diamond, because of things being done by the People's Republic of China, or PRC. And I know Stephen Weiss, one of my friends on the show, was speaking about that he wanted to establish short positions in here. If he does, I hope he does them with puts, and he may well have done that. I think this one is a little bit tricky, and I still am not very happy. I want to see bigger unusual call activity for me to participate in the upside because of what it's done lately, because of what the PRC has done over the past few months. But thank you for that question, Diamond. Philip Mason, whose handle is at PMASONJD CPA. So you think Jason or Philip might be an accountant, CPA? Anyway, curious on what you might have seen on AEO. All right, well, let me see what I've seen in AEO. I do not have a position in there, but American Eagle Outfitters, I'm happy to comment. AEO, let's see here. American Eagle Outfitters, the last unusual activity we had, Phil, was in on the 4th of August. So basically call it 12 days ago. They were buying the August 34 calls with the stock at 34.35. And AEO, for those of you who are not following it as closely as Philip, has sagged by about $2 since then. It's 32.28 live quote right now. Curious for what I may have seen? Yep, not a lot. That last reading was regular August expiration 34 calls. So those have not expired yet, but I imagine that they've lost more than half their value. I am not in those, but I would cut my loss if indeed I were still in those. I do have the 35s bought as well, but that was back in July 28th. So not a lot of fresh stuff. So for that reason, Phil, my hands, nothing. I don't have anything in American Eagle Outfitters. Micron. All right, let's talk about Micron. MU, this one comes our way from Zach Redden, and his handle is at Z Red REDDEN 08. Z Redden 08. Looks like unusual activity in MU, the 27th of the month. 67 puts. Thoughts? All right, let's see. Indeed, we have today bearish put buying up on our board with the stock at 71.27, 6,000 of the 27th of August, 67 puts. So that's a pretty good chunk. I would normally like to follow those guys. As you may have heard last week, I exited my upside position and I said, we have had consistent put buying in Micron. So I'm right there with you, Zach. I do not have a position yet, mainly because I've been licking my wounds a little bit for that call spread that I put on in there that I had to exit last week. Happy that I did now with it down another 31 cents. And it opened about 40 cents lower than where it is right now. It's rallied up, but it's off the lows of the day, but still my position would have expired last Friday anyway. And I took off the remaining position at the tail end of last week. If you would like to join the rebellion, which I would encourage all of you to do. And by the way, thanks to each and every one of you who have subscribed to our YouTube channel. We're up over 20,000 subscribers now. We truly appreciate the support. That's YouTube. And then you just type in Market Rebellion. You click on the subscribe, you click on the notifications. It's all free. So if you like what you're hearing, if you'd like to hear Pete deliver commentary every day, if you'd like to hear my commentary with our very smart crypto crew on the Daily Crypto Bite, by all means, come on over, check it out, and go to marketrebellion.com/get started to learn more about everything that we do. Thank you, folks. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow back here on 3 at 3. Bang.